Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a closer look at the stress hormone test. We're using info mainly from Blood Test UK to really get a handle on it quickly. So our mission is to figure out what this test tells us about, well, our adrenal health.
Yeah, we're talking about cortisol, and in simple terms, it's just a really important hormone. Your adrenal glands make it. We call it the stress hormone, sure, but it does a lot more. It helps your body deal with stress, yes, but also manage blood sugar, use food properly. It's busy.
Okay, and it's not just about having it, is it? I saw Blood Test UK mention something about timing being really important.
Oh, absolutely critical. It's not static. Cortisol levels, they change all day long. They're supposed to be highest right when you wake up. Think 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. That gives you energy. Then they should drop right down by the evening.
Huh. So the test is looking at that pattern.
Exactly. That pattern, that rhythm is key. If your morning level isn't high like it should be, that's a big sign your body isn't gearing up for the day properly.
So why should someone, actively think about getting this test? What's the big benefit here?
Well, the main thing is diagnosing problems with those adrenal glands we mentioned. It's often the first step.
Problems like what, specifically?
Right, so too much cortisol could point towards something called Cushing's syndrome. Symptoms often include rapid weight gain, maybe thinning skin, things related to what cortisol does. And on the flip side, too little cortisol might mean Addison's disease. That often shows up as extreme tiredness, low blood pressure. Blood Test UK really highlights that finding these early is a major advantage.
So catching things early. And I think the source also mentioned checking treatments.
Yes, exactly. If someone is already being treated for, say, Addison's with hormone replacement, this test helps doctors see if the treatment is actually working well, if it's mimicking that natural daily rhythm we talked about.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, since Blood Test UK gives practical advice, and often people are looking locally, let's talk Rochdale specifically. Where can you get this test done there?
Good question. The guide suggests two main routes in Rochdale. You've got NHS options, so places like Rochdale Infirmary or maybe the Royal Oldham Hospital. Or if you need potentially faster appointments, there are private clinics. Places like the Birch Hill Hospital or Rochdale Private Clinic are mentioned.
And the cost difference. NHS is free, obviously, but private.
Privately, you're probably looking at somewhere between, say, £50 and £200. It really depends on exactly what's included in the test panel.
Got it. So thinking practically again, if someone's going for this test, what's the absolute must-do preparation step? The Blood Test UK guide seemed clear on this.
Timing. It really is all about the timing. You have to get the blood drawn in that morning window, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., when cortisol should be at its peak. Testing later just won't give an accurate picture. Also, probably best to, skip any really tough workouts or super stressful situations right before the test. Those can temporarily bump up your levels.
Right, temporary spikes could mask the real baseline. And this links back to lifestyle too, doesn't it? The test is a snapshot, but managing cortisol is also about, daily habits.
Definitely. Things like getting enough sleep, eating well, maybe incorporating some stress management techniques like yoga or mindfulness. These aren't just, nice to haves. They can actually help regulate your body's cortisol production day to day.
It really shows how interconnected everything is, the mind and the body.
It does. Cortisol is like the body's alarm. If that alarm is ringing constantly because of chronic stress, eventually the system can get worn out.
Okay, so just to recap, we've covered what cortisol is, that key hormone. We've looked at the big benefits of testing, like spotting Cushing's or Addison's early, checking treatments. We talked about that crucial daily rhythm. And we touched on where you can get tested in Rochdale, thanks to the info from Blood Test UK. Hopefully this gives you a much clearer picture.
Absolutely. And here's something maybe to think about. We know cortisol naturally peaks when you wake up, right? So how much does what happens in that very first hour of your day, maybe even before you feel stress, potentially set the stage for your body's energy and stress response for the entire day ahead? Something to mull over.